G'day everyone, welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Tuesday the 22nd of July. So the Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the next 10 weeks are going to be a bit later than the other ones, because I've got trade school now, and by the time I get home it's basically reset time, so I can't really sort of do them on EU time to pre-record. So yeah, I just want to give everyone a heads up. It's not much I can do. I've got to prioritize real life at the moment. But yeah, everything else is just as is. So 15 seals, as always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you just want to skip through to one of these that you're looking for. Yada yada, that stuff. So this set's pretty good. Definitely much better than yesterday's one. If it were up to me, I'd sell items, kill some running undead, and then go to a house and just get some library furnishings. It's just a little initial setup to get one of these, get access to one of these, so I'll go through that. And these two options, they're not terrible, and they're both base game. All these options here are easy base game ones, so yeah. But still, I'd just choose other ones over these, just because I just find these ones to be more convenient. Alright, so I'll start with selling items to merchants. The way I usually do this is you can go to any merchant in the game, doesn't matter which one. Just fun fact, there's a few who actually will talk to you even if you're a stage 4 vampire, and Ashaba in Volkagard is one of them. So what you do is you can just sell whatever, but if you don't have anything that you want to get rid of, even like I'm going to get rid of it anyway, but what you do is you sell it and you can buy it back for no extra cost. So just sell a bunch of your most largest stack of item to anything over like 20 is fine. Go to the buyback tab and then find what it was and just buy it back. It doesn't cost you any extra. Now, if you sell something and it doesn't make like the gold clinking noise, don't worry. It's a thing that I don't know why that happens for that, but it doesn't happen for when you buy it back. But yeah, it's just a bug with the game at the moment. They are aware, but yeah, they always take fucking a million years to patch anything that isn't Crown Store related. Okay, library furnishings. So my advice to you, definitely do this one once you get a library furnishing, because there's a easy one that you can get your hands on. It costs a little bit of gold, but it's not like super expensive, and once you've got that single item, anytime this comes up, it's very easy just to go to your house and do this. So firstly, you need access to a house, and I suggest doing this last, because what you can do is you can travel to your home at any time outside of Cyrodiil and Imperial City. So I guess what you could do is do one of these, then this, and then the Imperial City one if you want to do that. Again, though, I wouldn't really do this over the other ones. But yeah, just do this last because you can travel to your house at any time. So firstly, you need a house. If you come to this location here in Volkagard, just slightly northwest of the wayshrine that you start with by default, there'll be a lady you can talk to here if you haven't got the house already. She looks like this. So you're just looking for this person here. She has a quest. All you have to do to complete this quest is talk to her. You get a house for free. If you bring up the map tab, look at the this tab up here, houses. In the collected categories here, you'll find one of the houses that you've unlocked. You'll either have Ebony Flask, you'll have Rosy Lion, or you'll have Mars Kiss. One of these three here are the free houses that you get. And then what you need is a library furnishing. Okay, option number 1 for library furnishings is Nif, located in Fargrave. You need the Deadlands DLC to get access to this, but if you've got that DLC already, this is the best option. Oh wow, he doesn't talk to me, hold on. Yeah, here's the thing, these merchants, most of them won't talk to you if you're a stage 4 vampire, but you can use a skill to allow them to. Alright, so the item you're looking for is Fargrave Clutter Papers. I believe this is the only one that you can get for 100 gold in this entire game that counts as a library furnishing. So that is one option there. So to find this guy, you have to go to the higher section of this area here. So where the inn is. So just go up this flight of stairs. You can go up that way. You can also go around that way, I believe, as well. But if you got this way, Sean, I think it's just quicker going this way. So the other way is to get yourself a Song of Pelinal book. So just type in Pelinal in Furnishings and look this up. And what you're looking for are some purple quality library furnishings. So it might take you a few goes. You might have to go through a few guild stores, but just go through a couple, and eventually you'll get your hands, or you'll see one of these Pelinal books. Ah, here we go. Perfect. So these here. Each one's 300 gold, so it's not that much. Just buy one of these and that'll be all. Now, if you can't find any, what I advise you do is bring up Tamriel Trade Center. So I'll link this in the description if you want to have a look. There's a North America and a Europe mega server section, and you can choose between the different consoles and PC and stuff. So yeah, you just type in Song of Pelinal here, and anything that shows up in purple as like a housing item, just look for these. It'll tell you where it's found and the guild trader to look for. So just buy one of these, that's all you need. Now if you need some gold first, let me show you something you can do real quick, because it will take a couple of minutes, but it is a way to just like guaranteed get some gold for doing this. So you want to come to White Gold Tower, veteran or normal, doesn't matter, you're not fighting anything. As soon as you get inside, just take a right through this tunnel here. You'll see a glowing, menacing looking door. Just come through here. And in this room, you'll see some gold on these tables. Not this one. Some gold here. Some gold here as well. So gold, 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 gold. And then once you've gotten all the gold here, that's not much. It's like 70 gold or something. But you can leave, go back to the front door where you came in from. It'll take you to the Waste Shrine. You go back into the White Gold Tower, and then do the same thing. And you can get you do that a couple of times. You'll get enough gold to usually spend buying one of those. If not, it's not a huge investment usually for buying one of those. I assume most people should have that kind of gold. So firstly, you want to go Housing Editor, bottom right, whatever that key is. Hit that, and then Browse in the middle. Go down to Library. This is where you find it. If you Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, now that this is free, you could just use this. So complete the first scribing quest, second era. Takes like 2 minutes, usually. Well, if you're really quick. But yeah, a couple of minutes. And then you'll be able to get this, and it doesn't even take up inventory space. It's just like the gallery items. So you can just use this instead. So yeah, probably just do that if you can't get any easy ones. So all you do is you place it on the floor, and that'll count. Now, unfortunately, picking it up and placing it down again doesn't do anything. It has to go into your inventory first. Or it has to come from the housing menu directly first. But there's a way you can sort of sidetrack that. So if you pick something up and put it away, you'll see it says undo. You just hit that, and that also counts. But what you can do instead, if it's already in the inventory at the moment, place it down and then undo, redo, and that will also count as placing it twice. So, and now from this point, anytime you got to do this again, just leave, like you'll come back to the house, you'll pick this item up, put it away, undo, redo, undo, and that would also work. So that's what I usually do. So I just stick this in a house somewhere in the corner, and whenever I need to do this library furnishing endeavor, I just go back to that house where it's located, just pick it up, put it away, undo, redo, undo, and that's all you need to do for this endeavor usually. Okay, rotting undead foes. There's a couple of good places for this. Probably one of the quickest to access is going to be not there. Alaka Desert. So the Sentinel Dock, just here. There's quite a few zombies here if you haven't completed the quest. There's also some zombies out here. Quite a few zombies in Mortalia Necropolis if you can reach that. I'm pretty sure the sort of Ankara kind of enemies count for that, but I'm not 100% certain. You've also got some other options. So one of them is Musnar right here in Deshan, quite close to the Velothi Reverie house as well. You can use that to travel to. What else is there? So there is Hall of the Dead. So in Eastmarch, Hall of the Dead has tons of what are they called? Droga enemies, and they count as rotting undead foes too. But personally, whenever this endeavor comes up, I personally use Crypt of Hearts because it's an instance area, which means no matter how busy these other areas are, they're overland areas, they will be like players will kill the enemies and you'll have to wait for shit to respawn. Whereas Crypt of Hearts, if you're not in a group, the enemies in here, no matter how many other players are doing Crypt of Hearts, you can just go in there whenever you want. The enemies will be ready to go as soon as you get in there. You don't have to wait for shit to spawn. So just for convenience, this is much better. So if you haven't been to Crypt of Hearts before, look for Wraith Home in home tours. Just be aware, yeah, go browse homes. I find that to be a bit better. Be aware, if you hit the scroll bar here and you take the mouse out of this box here and then let go, it'll just remove the scroll, the box, and it's just really fucking annoying. So just make sure you keep the mouse in here. It's just a weird thing with the housing tour UI that's fucking annoying. So hit that, and then just travel to one of these, go out the front door, and you'll rock up here. And you'll pretty much be right next door to the rotting undead foes. The jewel seam back there. Yeah, maybe keep an eye on jewel seams. If you see platinum or pewter or copper or anything like that, yeah, also keep an eye on them too, I suppose. Be going through that next. Alright, so Code of Hearts 1, Lover's Torment, that's what you're looking for. The other version has Daedra mostly. As you get inside, ignore this rabble over here. What you're looking for is this section to the left. There's a convenient group of 6 zombies here. And these will be all you need to complete this one today. So kill these ones instead, because they're very weak. There's like skeletons and shit that's a bit more annoying to kill than the rest. Not super important, but yeah. There's more than you need right in this spot. So when you're ready to leave, we'll just go back here. Just go to the door. And if you traveled in via Wayshrine, because once you unlock it for the first time, you can do that. You can just travel to dungeons from a Wayshrine. So in that case, when you exit, it will take you to where you came in from. So in that case, you get taken back to a Wayshrine. It'll be really convenient for you. Okay, so next up is jewel seams. So before you start looking for jewel seams, you want to sort of know what you're looking out for. So again, I'll link this in the description too if you want to have a look. These are the 5 different jewelry materials that you can find. So there's a 50-50 split chance with what will spawn depending on 2 things. Firstly is your level. So this section here shows you the levels that each one spawns at. So 50% chance it'll spawn depending on this. So I'm max level, so it'll only spawn platinum for me for this. The other 50% is based on one thing. So go jewelry crafting and check here. Whatever this says, so platinum ounces for this example, that will also be what spawns. So because I'm max level and I've got max level jewelry crafting, the only thing I get is platinum ounce. But in some cases, you know, if you're low level, you might get silver. But because you have no leveling in jewelry crafting, you might also get pewter. So silver and pewter, for example. And if you put your mouse on the link, it will give you an image of what all of the nodes look like. So every single pewter node looks like this, every single copper node looks like this, and so on and so forth. So once you know what they look like, you know what, yeah, like you know every single node of that type looks like, so you know what you're looking for. Okay, also, some things to help. If you've got a character that's fast, I advise using those. Ring of the Wild Hunt, things like Coward's Gear is good because you can just sprint faster all the time. Adept Rider for extra movement speed is great. Things like in champion points, you've got Sprinter, reduced sprint speed, reduced sprint cost. Hasty for increased sprint speed, Celerity for faster speed. Steve's Blessing for more movement speed, Gifted Rider for more mounted movement speed, Master Gatherer to increase the speed at which you harvest stuff can also be really helpful, and Plentiful Harvest for increasing how much you get, which can also sort of support that a little bit. Oh, nice, Columbine, I'll just pick that up real quick. Also, HarvestMap, I'll put that in the description too, it's an add-on. What it does is every blacksmithing ore location, it'll save it on your map whenever you collect them. So in the future, you can use this to sort of just run down a path that it shows a bunch of them for, and you'll probably find some jewelry nodes. The only issue is the jewelry nodes share the same spawns as blacksmithing nodes. There's a chance you'll find ores, and ores unfortunately don't work for this endeavor. They did for the ores the other day, but they won't work for this. It's the opposite. So there's a ore node, but that won't work unfortunately. So instead we're looking for platinum. There's a platinum there. Just be aware, if you're fighting something near it, other players can just rock up and fucking take it while you're trying to kill shit. Happens rarely, but it does happen. The only real way you can try and avoid that is if you bring the enemy to where the node is. What you can do is if the enemy does like an AoE skill on the floor and it hits them, it can actually help a bit, because if someone's hit by an AoE, they enter combat with that enemy, and it will stop them from harvesting the node. It actually interrupts that. There's a little trick there if you want to stop people from taking the nodes near you. It doesn't. It's kind of unreliable, but you know, it's better than nothing. A little personal fuck you anytime someone tries to steal your hard work. It's always the case. When you're looking for jewelry nodes, you get lots of blacksmithing ores. When you're looking for blacksmithing ores, you always get lots of jewelry nodes. There's a seam. Okay. One more. And there it is. Cool. Alright, that did take long. So, one last thing I should point out. Try and do this in Kraglin if you can, if it's not super duper busy. Kraglin gives you something that no other zone does. It gives you a very, very powerful item. The items are known crux, so if you just look up known crux here, you get the sort of ruby gem, and then you get the blessed blood cocaine. This stuff here is great. It sells for a lot, and it's one of the most powerful weapon traits that you can get for dual wield, so it's good to have one of these. So yeah, you can also use it for research. Every item needs to get known crux or known honed as a trait to research fully. So yeah, you'll need a couple of these to be able to sort that out. Yeah, otherwise just yeah, they you can make a bit of buck from them too. Alright, Tel Var Stones. So, you need to be level 10. Imperial City here, you need to right click on one of these campaigns here and go enter queue, or enter campaign. You'll get like an option, like a thing you got to accept, and it takes you there, and you end up in these safe zones. To get to the actual Tel Var, you need to go up these districts here. You can go through the sewers too. I prefer the districts though, because it's kind of, I don't know, easier to see danger coming from far away. Alright, in order to get to Tel Var, you kill enemies. So for example, this Dremora here gave me about 27. Now this is quite a lot compared to what you'll probably get if you just come down here straight away after doing nothing. Yeah, just it's dependent on a bunch of things. So let me go through them. Firstly, if you look at the bottom right, you'll see the little ×1 multiplier. You might have noticed it's ×4 before. So if you go and collect Tel Var, just like get your hands on a bunch, it will it'll actually add a multiplier onto your character. So now every time you kill something, you get 4 times as many Tel Var. The issue and the risk is that if you die, you lose half of this Tel Var. So you go down to 5,000, and then it halves again and again until you have nothing. So it's a high risk but high reward system. Well, higher reward, I suppose. It's not super great. But what this means is you can just get this done faster. Now, the only way I would suggest doing this is sitting like I did there, just being an absolute fucking coward, using focus aim, which has like really long range, and just hitting things from far, basically just preventing enemy, like other players from being able to even target you. Because players in this place, man, they do not fuck around. They will kill you like quicker than you can say, holy shit, a player. Like, I'm serious. These people don't fuck around. So yeah, you don't want to really be getting yourself into any danger with that many Tel Var in your inventory, especially if you don't know how to PvP, because you will fucking get wrecked. Happens all the time. The other thing is, in this, in the surface, there are districts here. Each one that your faction owns will increase the Tel Var gain that you get by 33%. So if your faction owns all 6, that's an extra 2 times the amount. So you get 6 times as many Tel Var from those 2 buffs alone. So basically thereabouts, a single one of those Ogrems that you would have just seen there will probably get me, get all the Tel Var that I need in a single go. I'll see. I just need to be careful of the players running around. Because even if you, like, just bowgankers alone can kill you in, like, a couple of hits. With this much health that I have, abso-fucking-lutely. And that's it. Yeah, you can see. So, got pretty close there. Another Ogrim and that would be enough. Now, the other thing that I don't like as much with this one, as opposed to, like, for example, rotting undead foes, is you can't really do this in an instance area. Like, everything here is kind of, contested by other players. And if you get hit, my advice to you is, like, as soon as you see, like, you start taking damage, block, have Vigor on, and just move towards the middle, because then the players can't hit you. You'll be a slippery little shit if you do that. But yeah, just don't be surprised if you just start taking shit tons of damage, because these bow gangers, man, like I said, they do not fuck around. But yeah, that's it. A couple of enemies there, I'm all done. It's quick. But yeah, if you don't have many Tel Var, it will take way longer. Especially if there's players running around, because you'll die and you'll have to come back and bloody find a new place to go, that sort of thing. But yeah, that is something you should consider if you have a lot of Tel Var. Let's chuck all that Tel Var back in the bank. You can only lose Tel Var if you die in Imperial City, but it's not good to hold on to that sort of thing and forget about it. Okay, so that's everything. If you've got any questions, as always, just give me a holler. But yeah, pretty easy set, so it shouldn't be too bad. Weekly will be out soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. Take care for now. I'll see you next time.